Hey there everybody, hope your day is going well. Jacared with Old School Gaming here, and welcome back to another PokeTalk. Much later than I expected it to be, but whatever, I'm here, so let's do this. First order of business. I did fix all the nicknames for all the Pokemon that I caught in the Safari Zone. Not just Kinshara, but also, Hiyori and Stark, they're spelled correctly now. And also the Taros from Yellow, Del Toro. I'm not sure what in the hell happened, how the Toro got dropped, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it's all been fixed. Now for the trades. Red has been holding on to that extra Growlithe for quite some time now. And while Yellow can catch Growlithe, how Red can catch Ponyta, I want them to have those ones earlier, so they get to trade. And in a similar fashion, Blue has been holding on to that extra Vulpix for quite some time, and Yellow just caught an extra Ponyta. Yeah, they can both get to either one, but same as before, want them to have that stuff now, so they trade. Now, something else to mention. It was Red. Yeah, Red, I accidentally caught an extra, what was it, Rhyhorn. And I honestly didn't even look at the stats. I was trying to look at the stats and then ended up releasing one of them without even checking what the stats were, if the one on the lower one was better or the higher one was better. But yeah, that's why on Red's screen it showed that Rhyhorn Hiyori was at level 25 instead of 26. And then on the flip side with Yellow, those two nameless Nidoran I caught by complete and total accident. I was trying to run away, but I was pressing the buttons too fast, ended up just throwing one of the Safari Balls, and I'm just, well, hell, I'm going to need to ritually sacrifice one Pokemon to clone Jinx for Yellow, since that's the only way for Jinx to actually get a Yellow, or get a Jinx. And then I accidentally caught another one. I'm just, whatever, I'll, ritually sacrifice one and then release the other. And I've actually already done that. Yellow has a Jinx now. Right, and also, before I forget, the way the face cam was up in the top left corner instead of bottom left was a complete and total accident. I didn't even realize until I was over an hour into editing part 1, and I'm just, screw it, it's going to take way, way too long to go through every single edit I've ever done to place the face cam back in the bottom left. So you know what? I'll just do the same for part 2 and then mention something here in the PokeTalk. Now, since the last PokeTalk, there have been a lot of TMs, and hell, even the last 2 HMs that I've acquired. And I actually have them listed right here, so that way I can just go over them. So, Mega Drain, which I got from Erica, went to Bulbasaur. And hell, Mega Drain, good for a grass type, and actually does a hell of a lot more than the, what the hell was it? The Leech Seed that Mega Drain just replaced, so yay, more health to drain. Then down into the Rocket Hideout, there was, TM2 Razor Wind. I'm actually going to be saving that for a different Pokemon later that I, don't even have yet. The next catching montage is going to be the last catching montage that is separate from all the gameplay, at least. There's still going to be a few more Pokemon to catch after that, but yeah, that'll be saved for later. Right, then Horndrill. Yeah, sure, it's a one-hit KO, which can be nice, but there's a couple problems with it. Number one, the Pokemon that uses it has to be faster than the opponent, and that's not always guaranteed. And the number two problem with it, it is, even when the Pokemon is faster, it is so inaccurate, it's not even worth the use at all. And then there was the Double Edge, and yeah, I think it's, only the Eevee in yellow. Oh, though I could be wrong, I don't know. I forget if it's no, I think it's Takedown, which I'll be getting to that in a minute, but I mean, with Double Edge, yeah, it's powerful, but it's not really worth the recoil cost, because, I mean, hell, by the time the power points would go all the way down, the Pokemon's probably fainted already. So, it's just not worth the recoil cost. And then there was, Pokemon Tower, which, yeah, I did get, there was no TMs in there, but there was a bunch of items, and as I said before, I did get that one hidden elixir, or was the ether? I don't know, they both do the same damn thing anyway, but yeah, then Silphco, the explosion. I have to wonder, what in the hell is the point of explosion or self-destruct? I mean, yeah, you do a hell of a lot of damage to the other Pokemon, but I mean, hell, it was it the Petite Cup, or I think it was the Petite Cup. The AI used explosion on Sandshrew, didn't even take Sandshrew out. So what's the point? Don't get any experience, and you faint. Boo. Yeah, and then of course Takedown, similar to Double Edge. Yeah, do a lot of damage. Still not worth the recoil cost. And then right after that, Swords Dance. Yeah, it can raise attack, and it actually raises it pretty damn well, but first off, it's only temporary. Second, I'm so overpowered in the core games, what the hell's the point of having a move that increases attack? There's no point. Get rid of that. Alright, and then Mimic, which was from Copycat. Yeah, at first I thought Mimic would be a little more like a mirror move. It's just, oh, you're using move? You use that against me? Well, I'm going to use it right against you as well. No, it just randomly copies one of the 4 moves. Whoopity-doo-dah. And then finally, there's Earthquake. I actually gave that to Onyx. I mean, Onyx is a rock and ground type, and it's a really powerful move, and hell, Onyx is fast enough to really get some good use out of it, so yeah, might as well just give that to him. Right, then TM46, which was Psywave from Sabrina. I'm still going to be saving that for a little while. Sidewave is kind of interesting because it does a random amount of damage, but can still actually be kind of useful. Yeah, so eventually when I get that Pokemon, they will get the move. And then finally hitting the Safari Zone in Fuchsia City, there was Egg Bomb. Now, only a few Pokemon can actually learn that. And I gave it to Execute already. At least Execute was easy enough to catch. And then, what was it? Oh, yeah. Skull Bash. I mean, hell, just went to Cubone. I'll be getting more into Cubone's learn set actually here in a bit. But yeah, Skull Bash is actually perfect for Cubone. Yeah, I'll explain more on that later. Then there was Double Team. Increase evasiveness, whoopity doo dah. Or in other words, give the enemy a free hit. Maybe, because I mean, Double Team does increase evasiveness, but nah, I just sold it for 500, which essentially meant, hey, one more free entry, more or less, to the Safari Zone. And then, of course, at the end of the Safari Zone, the secret house with the, the Surf HM. Yeah, I just gave that to Lapras, because, I mean, I don't quite understand the Pokedex entries for Lapras, because it says, oh, ferries people across the water on its back. But it doesn't actually learn Surf. Kind of like how Drowsy doesn't actually learn Dream Eater. And then Strength went to Machop, of course, and yeah, Machop isn't the only one who could learn Strength. There's actually a handful of Pokemon, but most of them can only learn Strength in evolved form. Machop, well, I mean, there are a few who are just one stage, they don't evolve at all, and they can learn Strength. But Machop is the only one that can evolve and can learn Strength in an unevolved state. Oh boy, it took a while to get through all those, but yeah, that's all done and over with. So, I did grab the Experience All. And despite what Professor Oak's aide said something about, like, oh, don't use it unless you need it, it's just, but then why? I mean, grinding becomes easier and harder at the same time. And I realize that's an oxymoron, but yeah, having experience shared at first is actually quite difficult, but once more Pokemon get on the, I guess you could say, on the bandwagon of getting shared experience, leveling them up actually becomes quite a bit easier. And hell, it'll become a bit easier later, especially with certain Pokemon that just suck. But with grinding in mind, I am currently grinding everyone to 55. Even if it has taken all goddamn month, and I don't even, I don't even have one full team at 55 yet. Yeah, just mainly because of what was it, Goldeen and Poliwag. God, started at level 10, and they're eventually making their way up, but yeah, it's definitely taking a while. And of course, I already started Red just before the trades, mainly just to level up Jinx, so that way I could compare between Red and Blue, which Jinx exactly do I want to clone. Like I said, I already decided, but I forget if it was Red or Blue. I suppose it doesn't matter. They all three have Jinx now, and now they're grinding. A lot of grinding. So, after I get Koga's badge, I will finally be able to use Surf outside of battle, and then I will go into the Safari Zone one final time. Mainly just for that nugget in the main area. But also, I mean, hell, Red can try for Scyther, Blue can try for Pinsir, Yellow can actually try for both, maybe. And honestly, I mean, hell, maybe the raw, unedited footage for the Safari Zone montage may have been about 5.5 hours, or no, yeah, it was like close to 5.5 hours. And thing is, like most of that time, just running through the grass of the Safari Zone was double speed. Yeah, so that meant it like an actual time without taking into account the double speed. It took a hell of a lot longer. And also, I was using like the whole save near the grass, then run in and try to find them. That's why the Safari Ball count kind of like bounced around a bit. If you noticed, I don't know if anyone did. Now to cover the Pokemon that well, cover three more Pokemon for this PokeTalk. Why not go with the first three that I caught after the last PokeTalk? So that's let's see, let's bring out Cubone and Ghastly and Snorlax over there. So Cubone. Cubone is actually really, really damn good. Starts off a little slow, but I mean, hell, between Bone Club and Bone Meringue, which I don't think anyone else actually. No, I'm pretty sure Cubone's the only one that learns those moves. And they are really damn powerful moves. And Cubone is actually someone who gets a blessing from Yellow. Because in Yellow, there are some Pokemon that have different learn sets than in Red and Blue. Cubone's one of those, because Cubone actually learns Headbutt. Whereas in Red and Blue, it's just Bone Club, Bone Meringue, Thrash, and Rage. What? No. That's not the best moveset at all. And hell, that's why I gave it Skull Bash, just to get rid of one of those moves where it just endlessly keeps using that damn move until either it faints or the battle's over. And yeah, and then evolving eventually, well, keeps spacing to evolve, but we're not doing that here. When evolved into Marowak, becomes really, really damn powerful. Just as any Pokemon that, from start to evolve does. Now let's move on to Ghastly. Whew. The only ghost type, at least in first gen. I think second gen added some more, but then again, second gen actually starts balancing things out. More than just that. So, I mean, hell, being a ghost type, immune to any normal fighting, can only be hit by special type moves. Well, can be hit by normal type moves such as like Growl, Leer, Tail Whip, etc. But yeah, I mean, hell, Ghastly, and actually, yeah, because there are four Pokemon that need to be traded in order to fully evolve. Ghastly, well, technically Haunter, being the last one, needs to be traded all the way to evolve all the way into Gengar. While this little ball of gas isn't very powerful, sorry, I mean, hell, Lick is actually a very, very weak move. Does eventually get pretty powerful, pretty speedy, and then eventually nothing can even stand against it anymore. That's really all there is to say about that one. Now let's bring down Snorlax. Oh boy. Snorlax is slow. Unbelievably slow. However, even with as slow as Snorlax is, it has the defense and the hit points to more than make up for that lack in speed. And yeah, I did skip Snorlax in the rotation, and no, I don't think Snorlax would even make the rotation next time. Or at least next journey. But I'm actually holding off on Snorlax for a very specific reason. And I will explain why in a later PokeTalk. Uh, Probably 14 or 15. Somewhere around there. And Snorlax has actually a pretty damn good attack and a pretty damn good learn set as well. And that's all there is to say in this PokeTalk. I've been going on for quite a bit actually, but yeah, as I'm grinding to 55, I'm actually gonna get a head start on the Pokemon Stadium Gym Leader Castle, so that way I can start getting prize Pokemon out. Well, get prize Pokemon as part of the the top of the castle, but they won't actually be going to the cartridges until later. I think. At least I don't know. I don't know if they get stored on the 64 cartridge and then I can transfer them to whichever of the three I wish, or if, since I'll be using yellow to get up to the top, oh, well, once I grind everyone in yellow up to 55, I'll be deciding which 6 I want to take. Yeah, I don't know if yellow will have to take them, or if they'll just be on the on the game cartridge itself, and then I can transfer to either red, blue, or yellow, depending on which ones they all need. I don't know. I'll find out some other time. And I actually won't be transferring them to the 3 until after the next catching montage, which is definitely going to be a little while because I mean, hell, gotta get Koga's badge. Then I'm going to take everything from from Lavender Town to Fuchsia City, and then I'll have a couple more things to hit. Then I will finally be able to get that final catching montage together. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a while. So I've got to get this wrapped up and edited, and then yeah, that's it. So, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't hit that bell so you can always be notified whenever I upload another video. And of course, have fun.